Giving Up the Ghost podcast joined the Winnipeg Paranormal Group Friday, October 17th for a public ghost investigation of the St. Norbert Art Centre and the adjacent St. Norbert Monastery, also known as the Ruins. Over the years, the ruins have been known to be a paranormal hotspot. The St. Norbert ruins are the stone remains of a Trappist monastery built in the early 1900s, which was destroyed by fire in 1983 after the monks moved away. While the historical site is now a provincial heritage park and a popular venue for events like Shakespeare in the Ruins, it does not have official reports of hauntings but has been the subject of ghost stories and local legends due to its eerie atmosphere. Some local residents share anecdotes about their own creepy experiences there, often involving friends or teenagers trying to scare each other, which contributes to its local lore. Here is the history. The monastery, originally named Our Lady of the Prairies, was established in 1892 by 5 Trappist monks who arrived from France. They chose the secluded peninsula along the La Salle River to pursue their contemplative life of prayer, work, and solitude. From 1903 to 1905, the main monastery building and church were constructed. The monks constructed the Romanesque Revival-style church and the connecting monastic wing that housed their modest living quarters. However, in 1912, a fire destroyed the original monastery building, which had been converted into a guest house. It was rebuilt the same year and still stands today as the St. Norbert Art Centre. The monks relocated to Holland, Manitoba, in 1978 due to urban encroachment. As the city of Winnipeg was expanding, the monks relocated to a more isolated setting near Holland, Manitoba, to protect their reclusive way of life. In 1983, the vacant church and residential wing of the monastery were destroyed by a fire, suspected to be arson. Later heard that a group of 10-year-old boys were trying to have a wiener roast when the fire got out of hand. This left the monastery gutted, leaving only a beautiful stone shell behind that exists today. In 1988, to ensure that the ruins remained preserved, local efforts succeeded in having the monastery grounds and the guest house designated as a provincial heritage site. 1991. The guest house was renovated and reopened as the St. Norbert Art Centre. Now for the hauntings. As we say, history and hauntings go hand in hand. The spiritual legacy and tragic fire have led to many ghost stories and paranormal claims over the years. Although the landscape is silent for the most part, many who have explored the monastery get a watched feeling. Visitors to the ruins have reported an intense and unnatural sense of quiet and stillness within the walls. Some claim to feel as though they are being watched. Reports have emerged of apparitions resembling hooded, robed monks moving across the grounds and toward the ruins, reenacting their former lives. Legend speaks of a grieving monk who haunts the grounds, though the specific cause of his alleged sorrow is unclear. There is also another story that tells of a mysterious lady in white who has been sighted in the area. Some people have reportedly experienced unexplained feelings of having a panic attack when visiting certain parts of the monastery's remains. Paranormal investigations and reports mention disembodied voices and other unexplained phenomena occurring in the area, such as red glowing eyes in the shadows of the ruins. Women, in particular, get an uneasy feeling of not being welcomed and experiencing pokes and stabs meant to deter them from entering the male and monk-dominated monastery. Spirits box readings from the October 17th ghost investigation also picked up the word sluts a dozen times or more. Giving Up the Ghost podcast's co-host Jas had the sensation of a sharp pin sticking the inside of her wrist. Another word picked up by the spirit box was sleep when in the former residence section. A side note, the St. Norbert ruins are often confused with a former convent and orphanage that were also in the area, contributing to the site's eerie reputation. The St. Norbert convent was operated by the Grey Nuns and demolished in 1996, and the separate asile Richot orphanage closed in 1948. Thank you to the Winnipeg Paranormal Group for having us out on this public investigation. Giving Up the Ghost will definitely be back. We ask, would you visit the St. Norbert Monastery and ruins? And remember, live every day like it is your last. But never give up the ghost.